Hey Facebook, hey YouTube. Today is day 31 of 40 days. I gotta admit, today I'm just not feeling it. Just overall, just kind of tired, lethargic. I don't know if it has something to do with the weekend and just kind of going gangbusters this weekend trying to get everything done, or whether it's just kind of nearing the end and I'm just bored, but I'm really not feeling it today. So it was hard to come up with the anything to even talk about on this video and just kind of have anything to even go over and discuss. So I'm just going to talk about two things tonight, other than just overall kind of check in. Things are good from a standpoint of um, overall feel. I don't know if that's a good category or not, but just kind of overall, everything feels fine. Just today was kind of blah, just in general. Um, so I'm trying to plan at this point. Again, we're still playing in the end game. I mean, we're looking at getting finished up with everything and trying to figure out where do we go from here. How do we do this? So I'm sitting down with a calendar tonight and looking at. Okay, I've got this many days left after the end of this thing. I have 10 days that I've got to come off of this. I've got um, something else that we want to start. And so I had a friend message tonight. They're looking at starting something called the Daniel Plan. And it's a book written by Rick Warren, Dr. Amen, and oh, who's the other doctor? Can't think of it, but it was written by the three of them together. And the basic gist, as I went through and read it, for the most part, it sounds like the basic gist of what they've got going is kind of what I was looking at from a standpoint of the food that I wanted to do when I was done. And so there's kind of an overall focus. It's got a faith component and a focus component, and kind of just generally kind of trying to fix four or five different facets within our life. And I thought, after this, that might not be a bad way to go, and a bad way to kind of get things squared away in that regard. So I went ahead and picked the book up tonight on Amazon. I had a $50 gift card from something that I did for OPB. So went ahead and picked that up. Picked up a couple of older Thai cookbooks, and then grabbed the Art of Fermentation. So I'm kind of excited about that. We like fermented stuff here, so we just aren't terribly good at it. So we're hoping to kind of learn a little bit better how to ferment, different vegetables and kimchi and sauerkraut and a lot of different things, which is actually kind of exciting. So that'll be kind of fun. Weird to say that I'm kind of excited about fermenting vegetables, but I am, to be honest. Um, Other than that, I'm looking at races. I'm trying to figure out. So my thought is, and I'm just going to put this on the video, that way I actually do it. My thought is that I'm going to start Couch to 5K tomorrow. I'm actually going to get up. I'm going to go do my thing tomorrow morning, and I'm actually going to start that process. It's an 8-week thing, so Couch to 5K is 8 weeks, and by the end of the 8 weeks, you should be able to run a 5K. That puts me right at about February 23rd is the 9th week, the week of February 23rd. And that'll give me some time in between then and when it's looking like actually my first race may not be a 5K. I had an invite by my sister-in-law is wanting to do Bridge to Bruise up in Portland. And so it looks as though my very first race, rather than a 5K, may be an 8K, which is fine. That'll work. I'm not too worried about that. It's just a matter of pushing it a little further on that race. But so I'm looking. There's another one a little while after that that's a 5K. It's a Race to the Roses or something like that. It's up in Portland, um, and that's a true 5K, but that's not clear until April 23rd. And I know me, I need to kind of get some things scheduled a little bit sooner and a little bit quicker. The Bridge to Bruise is April 6th. It's not much faster, but it's a bit quicker, and it'll at least put, with it being an 8K, it'll at least keep the fire lit underneath me a little bit to be thinking about, yeah, you really do need to go out and run. You really do need to go out and get that done. So I'm going to start that tomorrow and get that all squared away and get that done. And that way I've got about 3 weeks in before the Daniel Plan stuff starts, so that it's already kind of in place a little bit in the mornings. So that's kind of the plan. At this point, it's just a matter. I gotta get everybody kind of rallied and find out if that's what we want to do. So Gus, if you are watching this, how does Bridge to Bruise sound like on April 6th? It's a Sunday. You guys are you and the kids and the wife are more than welcome to come up here and crash with us or something and drive up the next day to the race. Heather, if you're in, you might even want to run it too. I don't know. It's up to you. But just something to think about. And it looks like a fun one. I mean, they give you beer at the end of it. It can't be that bad, right? So Anyway, yeah, that's kind of the plan at this point. So at this, we're still just kind of trying to figure it all out and trying to find a way to keep this and make it stick. One of the reason for the Thai cookbooks, we love Thai food. And the one nice thing, you looked at, Food Matters was talking a lot about the documentary we watched, Food Matters on Netflix, was talking a lot about the Asian diet essentially, and just what it is about individuals from Asia who have the lowest cancer rates in the world. And everybody say, oh, well, it's genetic. Well, no, it's not. Because if you take somebody from Asia and you drop them into America and you give an American diet, they develop cancer just at the same rates that Americans would. And so there's something about what people eat in Asian countries that seems to give them that better or lower cancer risk. So we're thinking maybe doing a lot more Asian fare in our house. Not to mention it makes it a little easier to do with what I'm trying to do diet-wise, to have more vegetables and meat and things like that, a lot less refined sugars and a lot less refined stuff like that. So um, anyway, that's kind of the plan. That's kind of the gist of it. With that, I'm going to get some sleep so I can actually get up and run tomorrow. It is 11:15. Stayed up way too late tonight, but just yeah, brains racing. Need to slow it down and get some sleep. So anyway, y'all have a fantastic evening. Day 31 today. We've got 9 days of the fast remaining, which is just crazy to think about that we're almost done with this thing. But we will catch you guys on day 32. Ciao.